Hey friends, Zai checking in here with a brand new video in The Sims 4. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also turn on post notifications so that you get notified every single time I upload a post. And please, I beg you to like this video because I am doing this voiceover at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I know I'm gonna get noise complaints in the morning, but who cares? I wanted to get this video out to you guys on Sunday morning so you guys can enjoy this build as much as I enjoyed building it. This is part 2 of the Colonial countryside home that I uploaded to my channel last week. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure that you stop this video and click the card above so that you guys can watch me build the structure of this home and explain a little bit of the story behind why I'm building this home for the Sims that are moving into this home. This story is about to get real messy, so I hope y'all ready. So let's actually start back with Jasmine Bassett. If you guys watched the first video, you know that is our supporting lead actress, our main Sim that moved from the city to the countryside to get away from the land grab family from excommunicating her completely. To sum up her story, she's basically a hotshot lawyer from the city who moved to the countryside to get away from the land grab family who is apparently after her for trying to serve up some justice. So she fled to the countryside, boom, she met a man, she had a baby with this man, she got married to this man, and when they built up a case to finally get Malcolm Landgrab on some charges, she went into labor and had twins. The case against Malcolm was dropped and he swore vengeance against her. She's been keeping the secret from her family for some time now, but things are beginning to become more apparent, and I don't know how much longer she'll be able to keep this secret from her husband or her kids. She's far from a saint, but she's not the only one hiding secrets in this house. Her husband Devontae, who is a politician, also ran into some trouble years ago when he was running his campaign. Some would say him winning his election was actually a fluke, but the only reason that is because his candidate never showed up, and I wonder why. Is it that Devontae got rid of him, or is it something else? I guess we'll never really know. So before I jump in to talk about the kids, let's talk about the build a little bit. So I was truly inspired by making this home pop with the furniture rather than having all the walls be all these different colors, because this is a very conservative family. You have a politician as a dad, you have a lawyer as a mother. Of course, you're going to see more whites and grays and darker wood tones just to match the overall aesthetic of the modern feel, but also having that hint of country charm. And I will say this is the most detailed build I have ever built in The Sims 4, especially recording, because usually when I'm in my own gameplay, I don't really decorate that much because I want to get into the actual gameplay rather than sticking in building for 45 hours for a home that I'll probably get bored of next week. I will say that this is probably one of my favorite builds that I've built in The Sims. Usually I kind of go with open concept homes, but I kind of like the feel of having divided rooms. So you have the foyer when you walk in, and then if you look to the right, you have the kitchen. To the left, you have a living room, which is the formal living room, and also a seating area that you'll see me start building in about 2 seconds. And I really wanted to get the overall feel of an actual colonial home, since these homes are probably one of the oldest to date, dating back to the 1600s. Even though this home doesn't look like it's from the 1600s, I would assume that this house was built in the early 1900s, and it's been updated a few times throughout its life. So when the Bassett family took it over, they said, oh, we're doing a total renovation. We're going to make this up to code, up to date. We're going to do everything that we need to do to make this our forever home. And I think that they definitely did that. So you can see that I wanted to add a lot of artwork throughout the home. You'll see a lot of contemporary pieces throughout the home and a lot of pops of color. So when you're in your gameplay, or even if you're taking screenshots, it just looks amazing. And now that I'm getting into the seating area, I kind of wanted to go with this 3-chair element, but for some reason I deleted it. I felt like it looked a little bit weird for the space, but now that I look at it back when I'm recording, it looks awesome, and I think I should have kept it like that because that was actually really nice. And I guess that's just, you know, how it works when you're building. I'm sorry if you guys heard that car pass by. Even though it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, people are still driving, blasting music. Like, it's not 3 o'clock in the morning and nobody's asleep. But anyway, I mean, I am talking really loud doing this voiceover, so I can't really talk. And I'm not going to be doing a voiceover for the entire video because it is 3 o'clock in the morning and I do want to get this out to you guys as soon as possible. So I already went ahead and updated the thumbnail that I'm going to upload with this video, and once this video encodes to 60 frames per second, then I'll upload it to YouTube for you guys. But this is the dining room that I wanted to do kind of like on a grand scale, and I think it looks really beautiful. And I put those double French doors there that goes into the office. I think that it just defined the room a little bit better, and it made it look a little bit more professional from the inside out, while making the dining room look a little bit bigger, since those double French doors are at the end of the hallway, so it just opens up the space a little bit more. This is a very tiny dining room, however, this is what it was like in colonial homes back in the day from the pictures that I've seen. Of course, I mean, I wasn't around back then, so I can't really tell you if this is accurate or not, but from the pictures that I've seen online, they typically have much smaller dining rooms with huge dining tables to fill up the space as much as possible, which is very interesting because nowadays we look for smaller furniture to fill up a house. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I was actually gonna close up this bathroom and I totally forgot to put a door there. I put 2 plants there, but it doesn't stay there, and I actually slide that door all the way to the left and leave 1 plant there because I wanted to make that a full bathroom so that your Sims can have 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms instead of 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, which I feel like is a waste of space, especially since there was so much room in the bathroom. I just wanted to fill it up as much as possible. Jumping into the kitchen, it's also a much smaller space because in colonial homes, I feel like they look more for intimate spaces, so the living areas are typically always the biggest for entertaining purposes. So I wasn't really worried about making this kitchen as big and grand as most houses would be, because it is a colonial house, so it is a much smaller house, and it's really focused on the living area and the living areas, because you'll see that I do something nice on the 2nd floor right above the balcony, and I think that it'll really add to why this house is what it is, because the Sims really like that extra space that they can get to hang out and network and connect with their family. I also went ahead and added this stone behind the cabinetry, because what country house do you know that doesn't have this stone in the back of it? I'll wait, let me know. I also think that this stone matches very well with the overall theme of this house, which is why I put it there, and it has that gray tone that is in the walls as well as the flooring. So I think it just ties it in very well, and it makes it feel very country-like, and it just adds a little bit extra detail to the house. So here you can see the final form of the kitchen, and now I'm just going in to add a little bit more of the clutter items. And now that I think about it, I added a lot of clutter into this house, not even just in the kitchen, but the bedrooms in general. So you'll see me going through the bedrooms and adding a lot of clutter when I get up there. But I've realized that I didn't use any of the debug items other than the outside of the house. I didn't use any debug items on the interior, honestly, because I forgot to activate debug when I went back into the game to do this. If I could turn back time, I would activate debug and go in and add a little bit more clutter to the kitchen, because I felt like out of the entire house, the kitchen really lacked in terms of things to place, because we don't really have a lot of clutter items for the kitchen that really makes sense. So I didn't really want to clutter it too much, but if I had the bottles and stuff, I would have put up cabinets or shelving on the other side of the wall and added a lot of bottles and plates and all of that other stuff. But it's fine, you live and you learn. Now we're jumping into the Oval Office, and now that I'm building this, I'm seeing like, I don't think that I know one person that studies law and doesn't have a room dedicated to just all of their books and files and stuff like that. I kind of wanted to make this space like a multi-purpose, like this is her home office, so when she has new clients, they can come in through that side entrance and she can lock those double doors so they won't have access to her house. And they have this kind of like little sitting and meeting area, so she's taking notes on her computer while they're sitting there and explaining their case, or why they need her to defend them, or the opposite, why they're trying to sue someone. And I kind of wanted to add a little bit of another seating area here as well, just in case they bring like friends or something, which of course this is all made up because you can't actually do this in The Sims, but I think that it definitely would make for some good gameplay. And I just wanted to define the space a little bit more, so I added this rug here and this nice nude color, so it just really brings the room together, and you'll definitely see that in the screenshots when we get there. I think that this office is the hot spot for the family, because when I was actually in game and testing the areas to make sure that they work and making sure that all the doors work and taking screenshots and pictures so I could show you guys, they gravitated to this room so heavy. Like, they wanted to be in here on the computer chatting, reading books. Like, they didn't really care about any other area in the house. Like, they wanted to be in that office. So here you can see I'm decorating the main floor bathroom, and this room actually changes quite a bit because I wanted to do a half bathroom originally, but I realized that I wanted to do a full bathroom instead. So I go with a single basin as well as a toilet, shower, and I put kind of like this organizer shelf in the corner. So you'll see me move around this room momentarily, but it was kind of weird trying to configure this because it is a 2x4 room and there's not much that you can really do in a room like this except having all the furniture on one side. So here you can see I'm actually starting to move the furniture around in the way that I wanted it, and I think that it came out pretty nice. All the bathrooms are kind of the same in this house, so there's nothing really special going on here except for in the twins bathroom. You can see that I put a lot more clutter and a lot more effort into that bathroom in general. Let me correct myself when I say put more effort in. All the bathrooms have the same furniture, but they all have different layouts. So of course they are going to be different, but they all typically have the same furniture. So here you can see me jumping upstairs. This is the first room that I decorated, which is the landing for the second floor, and I kind of wanted to make this more of a reading area and multi-purpose room. So you can see that I have a bookshelf there, and I needed to hide the roof clipping through the wall right there where you can see me moving that chair, which I think it does a pretty good job in doing so, but that was the only way that I can possibly think of hiding that instead of having the bookshelf off center, which I don't think would have looked appealing to the eye when I took the screenshots. But you can see that this is a little rompous room, so there's a bookshelf here, there's plenty of seating, artwork. I do put an easel in the corner, and it's just very well decorated. This is somewhere that I would see the family spending a lot of time together, just hanging out, reading books, or if they have friends over or the twins have friends over, they can go out here and have fun and hang out and gossip and stuff about all the local townies. So now that we're heading into the twins bedrooms, I want to talk about this Jack and Jill style that I worked on. Yes, I did mention it in the first video, but here you can kind of see it all together where you can see the two bedrooms are connected by that one bathroom, and I thought that was actually a really good idea, especially since they're twins and they like to share everything, that they would also share a bathroom. And I do believe they have the biggest bathroom in the house, of course, because it is two people using that one bathroom. So yeah, they're gonna have the most space. So the twins, even though they are almost the same person since they were born at the same date, almost the same time, they are very different in terms of what they like and what they don't like. So this first room that I'm decorating is Yvette's room, and Yvette is more of the creative sim, so she really enjoys being creative by nature, and she would look to go into journalism. So you can see that I decorated her room very artsy like, so I have a lot of paintings, a lot of abstract work, as well as a lot of different things that would help with the creative skill building. So she has a chest, and she also has a lot of toys and knickknacks around the room. Who says knickknacks anymore? It is definitely well past my bedtime, but we are going to push through with this recording because, like I said, I am bringing this thing to you guys tomorrow, Sunday, early in the morning. So make sure that you guys like this video and leave me a cute little comment. You know, I'm working kind of hard out here. I decided that I wanted to put clutter on Yvette's floor, but then I was like, I don't think that Jasmine would let her or allow her to do that, especially because they are a very conservative family. So I deleted the clutter eventually, and I wanted to go with this very geometric shaped rug that came with Eco Lifestyle, which I think is beautiful, and it filled in the room pretty well. Now we're working on Isabella's room, and Isabella is more of your logical sim, so you can see that I put a lot of books around her room because she's the sim that really likes to read and she's really into her schoolwork. So I believe that Isabella is the sim that really wants to be like her mom. She wants to be a hotshot lawyer, she wants to move to the city, and she's almost kind of a little bit rebellious in a sense where she's very intelligent and she knows that she is, so she can get what she wants because she knows that she's intelligent. I also didn't want to play favorites when I came to decorating the room, so I kind of gave them both the same furniture in a sense, but they do have two different styles. But you can see everything is pretty much the same in terms of they have a mirror, they have the two whoopee cushions. They're not whoopee cushions, they're definitely just regular cushions. Two cushions on the floor so they can chat with their friends if their friends come over from school. I decided to give them both Tiny Living furniture because I felt like Tiny Living had a really nice color swatch that matches with the overall theme and aesthetic of this house, especially since, you know, it's very pink and they had really nice pink and purple tones to the furniture. So I decided to go with that overall, and I believe that's about it for Isabella's room. I'm just adding a few more clutter items as well as some lighting. So she has this nice little thinker light, which I found in the catalog and I didn't know that we had, which I think is really cool actually because it goes with her whole theme. And for Yvette, I went ahead and added this little party lamp here, and she got a pink panda light. The bathroom is very simple. Like I said, all the bathrooms are exactly the same. Only difference is this bathroom has a little bit more clutter than the main bathroom, and I think I did the same thing with Dion's bathroom as well. He has a little bit of clutter items there, but in the master bathroom I didn't add any clutter at all, and I wanted to make it as sleek and as clean as possible. So here I'm just going around and decorating and adding the final touches, and I really didn't touch it any more than that. So what you see here is what you get. And then I moved on to Dion's room, which I'm still trying to debate whether I liked his bedroom better or I like Jasmine and Devontae's bedroom better. But honestly, I went with Seasons furniture, and I think that it just fits the room very well because Seasons had a lot of nice blues, and I think that his storyline is one of my favorites because he's just a snooty kid who grew up rich and he knew all the luxuries and he knows that he's rich, so he has no problem rubbing it into his friends at school, and his friends know that he's a little bit snooty, but he definitely suffers from first child syndrome. I mean, I'm the first child, so I definitely know whatever I want, I get. I know how it goes. So Dion, I can sympathize with you. I can empathize with you because I know the struggle. Dion wants to be a star athlete, so I made sure that I added a lot of different things on the lot so that he can gain his athletic skill, including the basketball court that is right above the garage and also the swimming pool, so he can really build that his athletic skill. And I didn't add a gym in this home because I felt like it didn't really make sense to add a gym, because in the garage I decided to do something a little bit different, and you'll see when we get into the actual garage of what I did, and I think it's gonna blow your mind. But basically I just added a bunch of different skill building items there. So there's the new things that we got with Eco Lifestyle, and I also added the plant arrangement table thing that we also got from Seasons. But here I'm doing a little bit different thing, so I didn't want to give him a traditional nightstand because I felt like he's really into his books as well. So I got that suitcase that has a stack of books on it, and I put a plant on it because I just felt like it made more sense, I guess. Artsy, maybe? I'm starting to get really tired, so I'm mixing up my words and slurring my words and stuff like I'm a drunk old lady. So I'm gonna end the commentary here. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friend. Oh, before I sign off, I forgot to mention that the room that I'm building in the garage on the second floor is actually a prison cell that is gonna mean a lot into Devontae's story because, like I said, Devontae is a crooked politician, so he's done a lot of things in his past that made him get to the place where he is right now. So that is going to make a lot of sense, because how did you win an election and your candidate that you're running against didn't show up? Mystery? I think not. Devontae has done a lot of bad things in his past to get to where he is now, and I think that it's also going to start catching up to him as well, and it's only a matter of time before Devontae and Jasmine's story collides and they find out a whole lot of secrets that they've been keeping with each other.